Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you can see, this is going to be like a new instalment of the daily, my L405 Range Rover. This is a 4.4 TDV 8.1 2014 model, well 2013, 2014, right on the brink. I've had this 6 months now. You guys who are new to the channel, I used to have a 2010 L322 Range Rover, 4.4 TDV 8, one of them. This is a 4.4 SDV8, let me get it right. I absolutely love this thing. Don't get me wrong, it's been a little bit needy. I've had one issue with it, like so far, having it 6 months or so, but that issue, I kind of bought it with that issue, so I can't really blame the car for that one. When I bought the car, I didn't know how needy it was, you know, when you do your oil level check, and the car kept saying oil level not available, and there's a certain process. You have to let the car warm up, and then you have to let it sit for like 20 to 30 minutes, like with the engine not running, and then go back into the car and then check the oil level that way. And it just kept saying oil level not available. And when I did a bit of snerting, the oil level sensor sits in the sump of the car, and they get damaged. I don't know if they get damaged or it's the wiring or what, because the whole thing sits in oil. They just break up and they break away. So when I bought the car through a garage, Exon Garage TCS down in Essex. Awesome garage. A fella called Andy owns the business. He gave me a warranty, this Platinum range warranty. And that paid for the oil sensor to get changed. It was about £980 from your local specialist, 8 hours labour. So you have to drop the full subframe and stuff, and the warranty company paid for all that, so I was made up for having a warranty with the car. But yeah, it's just one of them with these cars. Like, this is the most expensive car I've ever bought. It's got 33,000 miles on the clock now. It was free owner, autobiography, as you can see from the spec, and it was the best model I could afford to buy, but I was glad I got it with warranty, because they are expensive when things go wrong. So should I show you around it? Alright, so as I said, 2000, right at the end of 2013, 2014 model. This is 4.4 SDV8 autobiography. So you get the 22-inch wheels. I got it in Fuji white with the black accents. I quite like keeping it the silver bit. Everyone keeps saying to me black it out. I've added the red calipers. I painted the calipers with the thing. They do look nice. I love them, mate. I just set it off. The calipers were starting to get a bit corroded. I probably will get the wheels refurbished at some time, but I'm not madly overthink with it, because my wife uses this one. This is, we share this car. It's my car, but we share it. But I absolutely love it. Like, I went for the creamy white interior. This has got the massaging seats, the cooling seats, the heated seats, heated steering wheel, television, fridge. It's just mega spec, you know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable, the spec of it. Even all these light up in the dark, which is well smart, and it has like blue lights on the inside that light up. That's my debit card. You want to see that, do you? Be able to take money out my bank. We've got the tinted windows. This was one of the reasons why I bought this. Like, I've got 2 kids, and because we've got the tellies in the back. How smart are they? So they run off like you can have either digital TV, or they run off a DVD or a USB, whichever, you know, you have films on. So kids love Paw Patrol, so we put Paw Patrol on it. Let's say there's the baby seat setup. Mega in it. Panoramic sunroof on it. Pure mega spec. Heated and cooled seats in the rear. Dual climate control. Seats tilt back and forward. It is like, I'd absolutely love the thing. Another one of my favourite things, which my L405 never had, was an electric tailgate. I absolutely love this, and this gets battered. This is one of the best things. I was originally quite like the sport, going from the L405. I was looking at a sport version, same engine, wanted to keep with the 4.4 same engine, but I wanted a sport. But what sold me was the tailgate. The tailgates don't split on the Sports, do they? I think the glass comes up on the Sport, but the boot lid stays in the same place. I'm not too sure on that, but I think so. But these, I wanted the split tailgate. You know what I mean? Just when you're getting the kids ready and that, innit, putting shoes on the kids or the wellies, you can just sit them on here, get everything, you know, get everything sorted, get the pram out. It just makes for an easy life, doesn't it? Another extra that I absolutely love that this car come with, like, as you know from my channel, I've got Mark II Escort and I've got Escort Cosworth, and every so often they need to be towed somewhere. So I borrow a friend's trailer, and I always need a tow bar. My L322 Range Rover used to have a tow bar. This one has an electronic tow bar. So with the engine not running, switch it on. I'll leave the doors open. Yeah, no, it's alright. You switch it on, and then you press the button for the tow bar. There we go. How sick's that? And it looks absolutely brand new, you know what I mean? I've towed a caravan on it since I've had it. How cool's that, eh? And if the split tailgate works on your car, I know I've got a friend who's got a high mileage one, and his doesn't work as well as this. But if the split tailgate works on your car, you press the top button and it all should shut together. Fancy, innit? So that was just a few things that I really love about the car. I've had it 6 months, and I still love it. What we'll do is we'll go for a little drive, and I'll tell you about a few things that are a bit annoying about the car that were better on the L322 than this. So let's answer the elephant in the room: security. Now, I wasn't aware how easy these are supposed to be able to be stolen. When I had my L322, it was a 2010, and it was worth around 15 grand or so. But I wasn't, let's go this way, I wasn't too bothered about it being stolen and stuff, you know what I mean? It didn't have, keyless entry, and it did have keyless start, but it didn't have keyless entry. And I weren't overly like worried. If it got stolen, I could have replaced it. Since buying this, well, before buying this I wasn't aware. Since buying this, I'm aware now of how easy they are to be stolen. This has got keyless start, it did have keyless entry. There's a video on the internet that shows you how to disable keyless entry on them. But I was shocked of all the videos that pop up on Facebook and stuff of how easy they are to be stolen. I've had an immobiliser fitted to this one, as everyone should do. It's just one way of keeping your car safe. They can get in the car, they can get it started, but they won't be able to drive away with it, you know what I mean? So that's a good way of doing it. I'm guessing they just must get stolen everywhere where they go, and it's a shame really, probably because they're just worth so much money. Even though this is like 2013, 2014, like I said before in the video. This was, when I did the HPI check just before I bought it, this was a £100,000 car. So it just shows you, like, they haven't depreciated, and this is like the best time for me to buy, so this is why I bought it. The entertainment screen. When you're driving, you seem to have to drop your eyes low for a long period of time, you know, to set anything up, and it's quite off-putting. With the older Range Rover I had, you didn't have to do that because it had big chunky buttons, and you kind of knew what you were going to press and stuff. This, you have to put your head down and you like look at the radio, set the sat nav up, you know what I mean, as you're driving, and it is quite off-putting and it is quite fiddly. So that's one thing I don't like about it. Second thing I don't like about it is the piano colour, you know, the piano black trim is amazing, yeah, it looks dead good, but with small children, it literally just is sticky fingerprints everywhere. There's just fingerprints everywhere all over the car, and that can be a bit annoying. Me, I'm like a proper cleaning freak, so I'm always cleaning everything. You'll see in the background, that's my box of camera gear. That's what I carry around with all my stuff, you know what I mean, so I can film videos like this. So with my L322, I never had it mapped or anything like that, and it did go well. It used to go well. I'm sure the 280-ish brake, something like that, 280, 290 brake, and it went well. This goes well, really goes well, and this isn't mapped. But the throttle response on this is so soft and so, I don't know how to describe it, dulled down. That's the explanation I'll give you. It's ridiculous, and it might be a consideration for me to get it mapped. You literally have to stamp on the throttle to go anywhere quickly. I don't know if I don't know if the way they've set it up is so you waft about. This is what I've read in an article. The throttle response was set up so it could be like you don't actually like speed off, so it's not an aggressive throttle response. It's quite, you literally have to proper stamp on the throttle to get the car moving, you know, like quickly. Say you're on a roundabout and you see a small option where you can whip out and you go out there, you have to proper be fully committed to get out. And considering it's a 4.4, that shouldn't be the case, but it's just the way the throttle response has been set up, you know, from Land Rover itself, which is that's another annoying thing I find. So that might be a consideration for me to get it mapped in the future. One thing I do like, especially with having to tow stuff, so I've got it in camera now, so if I go reverse and I go, so to give you the thing, that's actually where the tow ball sits, so you can reverse the car right up to the trailer and be able to see, you know, to connect it. And that's a godsend for me. The reverse camera on the L322 didn't show the tow bar, and it was one of my pet hates. I used to hate it because you'd have to get out, walk around, look at the caravan or the trailer, see where the tow bar is, reverse a bit further. This, I can literally get the tow bar right underneath the trailer, and I love it. It's brilliant. Plus, another thing I like about this is this has the dual screens, so I can be looking at the sat nav while the wife looks like watches the films. Okay, how the thing drives. So I would say this drives spot on. It's not crashy, it doesn't tramline, and it doesn't wallow. Like, I've drove quite a few Range Rovers in my past, and they always seem to have, you know, because they're on airbags and they soft suspension, you know, to cope with the bumps and the off-roading and business bits and pieces like that. But technology must have went on leaps and bounds in the last like 5 or 10 years, you know what I mean? Because this corner's so flat, and my L322, you had to hang on to that one. You had to hang on to the steering wheel because it was a barge. It would just like, you'd feel it. Even the kids would feel it. I remember once coming back from the lakes and we were going down these lanes, and I felt fine, but my daughter was actually sick. She had car sick, and she's never had car sick in her life, and she had car sick when we had the L322. And I think what it was is just because I was going, like, should we say, briskly, and because the car wallowed about, she just felt sick, you know what I mean, with all the whooshing about and stuff. This just, it corners spot on. It drives real nice, even with the 22s on. Like, you've got a decent tyre there, but even with the 22-inch wheels, which this came with, it drives real nice. It'd be interesting to see how it drives with a set of smaller wheels on. I bet you that would improve the ride even more. So guys, now let me just adjust that camera since I knocked it. So guys, hope that just give you a little bit of feedback of the things I like about my L405 Range Rover. it goes like stink when you stamp on the throttle. We're producing quite good miles per gallon. We're getting better than what I had on the L322. So we're getting around 24 around town, and that's with the wife using it as well. And you can get up to 36 on the run, you know, if you're really careful with it. We get about 450 to 460 miles to a tank, and I put super juice in this. I've always ran all my like cars on super diesel or super petrol. So if you wanted me to do a little bit of a buyer's guide of one, comment below on the video, and I can make one of them up. That's not a problem. You know what I mean, I did go and see quite a few Range Rovers before I went and bought this one. So if you want me to do one of that will not be a problem. I've owned this 6 months, and the only one issue I had was what I kind of bought the car with in the first place. I kind of was aware the seller didn't tell me about it because he wasn't aware of it being a problem. I suppose you'd only see it being a problem if you want to check the oil, and I'm quite particular with checking the oil on these. They have a lot of issues with filling the engine up with oil when the DPF doesn't do its regen. So there's a few issues with that. So I like to keep on top of what the oil, you know, the oil level is. So all right, guys, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. You know what I mean? I'll be doing more videos on Land Rovers, my Range Rover and stuff. There's a lot of past videos on my L322 when I took it on a long journey, when I had it a year. You know what I mean? So all my bills I had, because I've done quite a few repairs on that. There's quite a few guides on the repairs and how much it cost me to keep the car going. I had 2.5 years of good drive with that, and we loved the car. It was amazing. It was a really good car. So it was a shame to sell it. It was just I fancied the newer version, and I'm glad I did do the jump, because this is, I love this thing. I must wash it every couple of days because I just love it looking clean. Maybe white wasn't the best colour to buy, but it just looks amazing when it's white, amazing when it's clean, and I just love the thing. And the missus loves it as well, to be fair. Like she loved the look of it, but now she's been driving a lot. She loves the thing, and it's just so versatile with the 2 kids. We've got 2 kids and we've got 2 dogs, and our youngest kid is still in a pram. The boot's massive, and the car's so comfortable. It's got the tellies for the long journey. It's just great, you know what I mean? And it just works well. So guys, all right, I'll see you on the next one. You take it easy. Laters.
If you notice, please like and subscribe.